Guys, let's just get straight into it. Huda Beauty has got new face base products and I'm here to try them out and tell you what I think. So let's do this. First of all, we've got the Water Jelly Hydrating Primer. It looks super cool. I really like the packaging, fits with all the rest of it, nice and sleek. Obviously, also comes with a pump, which is great. This is what we love to see. The packaging is plastic, but it's still nice and sturdy. You're not gonna worry about anything smashing or breaking in your kit or traveling. So let's try this out, shall we? Might even be way too much, but let's try this. Ooh, I thought it would be thick, but it's literally like, it's like water jelly. Oh my God. I honestly thought it would be like a thicker gel, almost a bit like the Hydra Grip from Milk makeup, but this is way lighter. It's like water. Doesn't have a smell to it at all. It just feels, honestly feels like water, like a slightly thicker version of actual water. Very hydrating, super light, doesn't feel very tacky. Maybe not yet, maybe it's gonna get tacky, but right now, yeah. I feel like the tackiness as it starts setting, it's starting to come, but as it goes on, that initial feeling isn't tacky or thick. And I don't know why, I'm just comparing it to Hydra Grip. I don't know why, they just remind me of each other, but this is different to what I thought it would feel like, which is not a bad thing. It's actually much nicer than I thought. Definitely the tackiness is coming through now. And generally when you put on a primer, it's always good to give it a minute to settle into your skin and then put your base foundation and all of that on. And it's not crazy tacky, like, I don't know if you can hear the, you know when something is tacky and it's got like almost like a Velcro-ish sound. So far so good. Like it honestly is like gliding on my skin. It feels genuinely so light, way lighter than I thought. Okay, next up we have the foundation. It comes in a stick form, which I'm really excited about. I love a foundation like this. I just find it super easy to apply if you're on the go, traveling. You know when you just want to shove something in your makeup bag and it really doesn't take up a lot of space. This is as thick as the first faux filter foundation, and just look at the size difference of how much space it's going to take up. This is 12.5 grams of product in here. Oh, and this is, the water jelly is 35 mils, so that's really decent. So my Hourglass Vanish Stick foundation has about 7.2 grams and this has 12.5, so I'm pleased with that. Because I think this one might even be more expensive, so that's great. The foundation stick is $38.95 and the water jelly is $32.95. It is a pricey foundation, but then again, like, you do get a lot of product, and let's see how it goes on. Okay, so I've got the shade Baklava. Baklava is the shade that I use in the original faux filter foundation, so I want to use the same shade, and I believe this is the best match for me. So you literally just roll the product up, and obviously it comes in this nice little sleek square. I actually really like it. Feels super lightweight. And then we are going to use the new Face Build and Buff brush to apply this. So one side is this thick kind of flat top buffing brush, and then the other side is angled, like it's got a tapered point, and I actually quite like it. I think this side would be really great for getting around here. Also, if you wanted to use this for concealer, that would be amazing. Then you've got 2-in-1, and I actually quite like this big flat top, but it's still kind of slightly rounded off. That's what we're going to use to apply the foundation, so let's get this on as well. So I've got no other product on my face right now, no concealer, no color corrector, nothing other than the primer. So I'm just going to swipe this on. Feels really nice so far. I believe that is my shade. I mean, it matches my neck. And then I'm just gonna, as I do with any foundation, stipple it out. I just want to use it in exactly the same way. And I have to say, that is blending out so well. So the finish on this foundation is more natural in comparison to the original faux filter. And Yes, this is natural. I'm like able to see a glow. I'm still able to see my real skin. I can see my beauty marks underneath. If you were doing everyday makeup, this would literally be perfect and enough. I also love the shade. I am praying to God that it doesn't oxidize. But when I use Baklava in the original, when it does oxidize, it's the right shade for me. But this so far is spot on. It's nice and neutral, but it's still warm. It's a really, really good shade. It looks like my skin, but better. So I want to build it up to see if I can get a more of a medium to full coverage with this, because I mean, I do love wearing lightweight makeup like this for day to day, to be fair. But you know, for those moments and times where you do just want to carry one foundation in your makeup bag and have the option to have full coverage, I want to know that this foundation can do that. So let's try that out. I would say I've got a good medium coverage right now. The shade feels slightly darker all of a sudden now that I've built it up, but maybe once I've got the rest of my makeup on, it will be okay. I actually quite like it as a nice medium coverage. I feel like this is enough. Like I got a good base here. I'm still able to see my skin through it, but it's not as light as before. It's quite a nice build-up. Not bad. I'm actually going to put it on the rest of my face and let's see if I need any more after that point. Okay, so I've put on foundation all over my face now. And I have to say, I feel like the shade is very, very warm. But if I try Tres Leches, that could even be a better option. So that's really, really strange, because you would think that you would be the same foundation shade as the first foundation. So I'm a little bit confused. I feel like Tres Leches might be a little bit better. I'm going to try them both on my neck. So this is Tres Leches. This is Baklava. And this is Dolce de Leche. Okay, so Dolce de Leche is definitely way too orange. Baklava is actually the right tone. And Tres Leches is... I think Tres Leches would be the right shade if I wanted to go super natural. I think if I was just wearing like one layer of this foundation and it was like really, really quick out the door, I could get away with that. But if I wanted to build up coverage, I think it would end up making me look too pale. So yeah, shades are a little bit confusing, but it might be okay once I've got the rest of my makeup on. So I don't want to judge yet. Like, it's not bad. It's really, really not bad. I also think that the tone in Baklava, because it's got this warm olivey tone, I can see the green in it. I'm gonna get the rest of my makeup on and I'll be back. Okay guys, so the rest of my makeup is on and I haven't done anything different to how I usually would. The only thing that is different today is the fact that I'm using the new Huda Beauty primer and the new Huda Beauty Faux Filter Skin Finish Foundation. Other than that, everything else is exactly the same. I've powdered my skin as usual and I've set my makeup as usual, just because I want to know what my makeup is going to look like throughout the day if I was to do it like how I normally would. So before I go and tell you how I get on throughout the day, I just want to raise some points about the foundation. So it says that it is buildable coverage. I have a little slip here that I got. It says it's buildable. I feel like it is buildable up to like a good medium coverage. I think if you were to go full coverage with this, I don't know, if you were to keep building, I'm not sure. The thing with this foundation that I found also when I was putting on the rest of my products is that it's a really nice thing that basically when I was trying to blend the cream contour out, you could feel the foundation underneath has a really nice kind of slip to it. And I think if you kept building up the foundation to be full coverage, it definitely wouldn't look cakey, but I just find that this foundation wouldn't suit that. And I think you can go in with a really good medium coverage and then go in, if you wanted full coverage, with a full coverage face setting powder. That's how I would do it with this foundation. So that's that. Natural finish, yes, 100%. It really, really is. Even now, I've put the rest of my makeup on and I don't feel like it's heavy. If I touch my skin, I mean, it's just excess powder that's coming off, but yeah, it feels great. It says that it's fragrance free. That was one of the things I really did dislike about the original faux filter, was that it's got fragrance in it and it was one that was quite strong, but this is definitely fragrance free. It's so great to see Huda Beauty is listening to her followers and wanting to change and adapt her brand to suit more people, which is really, really nice. Non-comedogenic, and it says it is pool party proof, waterproof, long wear, 6 hour, sweat resistant, humidity resistant. Right, so I'm gonna test this out definitely for 6 hours, maybe even longer, and I will let you know how I get on at the end of the day, because 100% my makeup is going to be on for longer than 6 hours today. So let's put that to the test. It says here that the foundation melts into the skin. Definitely does melt into the skin. Like I said, it's got this really nice sort of slip to it. Feels really nice to blend out. So it says that you can build up to blur imperfections or buff and blend it to achieve a sheer illuminating skin tint. And I can agree with that. It's available in 39 shades, and they've actually added 9 new shades to their shade range. Oh, and it says that they've reworked shade families, which is good. Okay, this is really confusing because on the front it says long wear 6 hour, but inside on this little bit, it says it's got a 10-hour wear. Well, we're gonna test out either one. What time is it now? Okay, yeah. Okay, let's see how we go throughout the day and see if we can make it to 6 hours or 10 hours. And that's really about it for the foundation. I feel like what she said is true. It looks beautiful. It honestly feels like I've got filtered, flawless looking base. And it also doesn't feel heavy whatsoever. I don't feel like I feel cakey. It looks like I've gone in with a full coverage foundation when I haven't. But I'm gonna leave it here for now, and we are going to put it to the test throughout the day today, and I'll check back with you and let you know how I get on. Okay guys, I'm back. It's been about 7 hours now. So yeah, I mean, all my lipstick's come off. I've had my dinner, been doing some other work, and yeah, been getting on with the day, doing errands, bits and bobs. And I just wanted to kind of have a look at where the foundation is at this point. And I have to say, I'm really, really impressed. Like, I mean, there's a little bit of teeny little bit of shine on my nose, but I don't look like greasy, oily. I have put highlighter on my nose, but I don't look greasy, which is great. Let's get a closer look. I just look like I've got nice skin. And if I touch it, it's transfer proof. So there's literally nothing coming off. My hands are clean, which is great. Everything is literally still on. I mean, I would just say that it looks a little bit more like, is sunken the word? But basically it's just meshed into my skin a little bit more. And my natural kind of oils are slowly starting to come through, but I'm not looking like a grease ball at this point. Could be the powder, could be the powder. But like the foundation's not really separated. I mean, I've got a little crease right here where I smile and talk, but that's normal. And most of the time I normally get a really fat crease around here because I just do. But it's really not bad at all. I'm actually really impressed. So this is it at around 7 hours. So they weren't lying about that promise. Maybe I'll check back with you in 1 or 2 more hours. I'll probably end up making it to 10 hours at this point, but yeah, I'll check back with you and I will show you how I'm getting on. So far, so good. And it still feels super lightweight. I don't feel like I'm wearing makeup, and I just love that no transfer. I mean, maybe you could wear this with a mask, but you would have to set with powder. Definitely set with powder. Right, for now, these are coming off so that I can make it through the next few hours. Yes. Okay. We are at, let me check now. We're at about the 9-hour mark now. Sis is very tired. The lashes, as you saw, had to come off. It's the end of the day and we're gonna check in on this wear test. I have to say, in the last couple hours, the oils have definitely come through a lot more on my nose. But I tend to get quite an oily T-zone anyway. Oh my God. I look like a mess. So that's kind of normal and expected. It's not anything crazy, to be fair. If I was out and I needed to just pat, I could, and like, this is literally all I would need to do. And that's about it. I would look normal again. or just less shiny. But I have to say, yeah, the makeup has lasted really well. It's on everywhere. I'm just getting a little crack right here and a little here, but this is what happens when you talk and move and smile and all the rest of that and you haven't had Botox. So yeah, but I have to say I'm actually really impressed with this foundation. I actually really love the primer. It's so different, so like not what I was expecting. Like I said, when I applied it, it was just, it just felt like water. Really liked it. And I feel like both of these products are so different for Huda Beauty, but it's really nice to see that she's breaking out of the, you know, full coverage and you know, only that kind of glam, because you can still do glam with, you know, a nice lightweight and natural beat, which I have been embracing so much more this year, and especially since Corona, and just not wearing as much makeup but still wanting to be glam. So yeah, it's nice that we have that option now from Huda Beauty. Another thing I really want to mention is the shade. When I put the rest of my makeup on and just in general, I feel like the shade matches me perfectly, and yeah, it's not oxidized either. I am not 50 shades darker, which is great. I've just stayed the same shade all day. So yeah, all in all, really impressed. If I had to pick one foundation out of the two, 100% I would pick this one over the original Faux Filter, purely because this blends out so much easier. There's no fragrance in this foundation. You have the option for it to be buildable. I find this also so much easier to work with, whereas Faux Filter, once it sets and it's really matte and it's on, it's on. And you also have to be really careful with how much you apply of that one. For me, I would rather use that to like mix in with a more dewy foundation. But yeah, this is good to go. Like you can just put this on and you are good. So yeah, I think we've all figured out that I really like it. And yeah, I'd love to know what your thoughts are. Are you going to be purchasing this foundation or the primer or the brush even, which I also really liked? Let me know in the comment section down below. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you join the family. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope you found this helpful, and I'll see you all in my next video. Mwah. Bye.